Ndewonu, ndewonu, ndị be anyị, ndewonu. Ekene m unu. Okay, anyị na-apụta ọfụma. Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, great people of Africa, I greet you and welcome you to this program. While you are joining us, share the video, invite others to join. Very, very important. If you're watching on YouTube, share the video, like the video for the algorithm to also do the sharing. If you're watching on Facebook, share the video. Don't forget to like and follow the page where you are watching from on YouTube, on Facebook and YouTube right as well. Of course, if I get mena bania, aga m like ka nsụchalụ Igbo, nsụchalụkwa Oyibo, nsụchalụ Igbo, nsụchalụkwa Oyibo ka ọ wee na-adabakwa. Maka na ị na-anya, ifo ife anyị dewe n'iru akwụkwọ. Facebook Facebook is also scared of me when I speak my language too. So ife dị dị ahụ na anyị ga na-asụ Igbo na-asụ Oyibo ka ọ wee na-adabakwa. There is something that is very, very important we need to talk about, and that thing is, number one, the response or the warning from the Amnesty International against Nigeria as they are clamping down on the media and the freedom of speech. The warning given by the Amnesty International to Nigeria. We're going to touch on that, and of course, the real story that carries the day is the Israelis and the Palestinian war that just broke out yesterday and went on full scale today. If you understand the history in that part of Middle East, many of us knows exactly that there has never been peace in that part of the Middle East. There has never been peace in that part of the Middle East. But we all woke up to the news that Hamas actually attacked Israel. And not only that Hamas attacked Israel, many people have died as a result of that attack. They also took some hostages. That is the news we woke up to hear a few days ago. So we are going to actually, snoop into that battle going on. There has been, when we look at what is going on in that area, there has been war crime reported. There has been war crime reported, which we are going to try to, understand, where this war crime is coming from, and then we are going to try to, talk about how we will be able to give our support in this type of situation, and from my own personal perspective, from my own opinion, not the opinion of IPOB, though it is very, very important. So, first of all, let us go into the Amnesty International, what they actually reported about Nigeria. Of course, we have this video. We are going to play it. This video, it has a lot of information of what is going on the ground zero at Israel, between Israel and Hamas. We're going to bring it to you. So, it is very, very necessary for our people to understand that what we are doing in the media is actually, continuously paying off. And then it means that so many people, including some media houses in Nigeria, they are now carrying out themselves doing the journalism, the type of journalism that they're supposed to do that can enable a country to thrive. So that is exactly what, triggered the Amnesty International to come on board. Facebook will continue to clamp down on us, and that is the part of the things the Amnesty International warned Nigeria about, how they are clamping down on informations and how they are making sure they suppress the media. That is exactly what the Amnesty International said, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. And there are many stories that I am going to actually talk about things that is happening in Nigeria that we're going to talk about. But first of all, let us read what the Amnesty International said to Nigeria federal government. So I will read. Federal government warning to Arise News over guest remark. Unacceptable. Amnesty International. Of course, so many of you will be aware of what the federal government trying to sanction Arise News. Trying to sanction Arise News because of the type of interview they granted. So that is the reason why the federal government was trying to make a way to sanction them. But Amnesty International actually intervened. And this is what Amnesty International has to say about Nigeria. Let me read. It is a very, very short one, but I am going to read it. So, Nigeria authority must stop unrelenting quest to silence media organizations like Arise TV. Amnesty International condemned the final warning issued to Arise TV by the federal government through a National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), targeting Arise TV simply for doing their work, sent the wrong message that Nigeria authorities are not prepared to be held accountable. Oh, wow. Nigeria authority is not prepared to be held accountable. It is something that is the order of the day. It is something that is happening. They are not prepared to be held accountable. At least this is no longer us speaking about it. It is no longer us saying it. It is now the Amnesty International saying it for themselves, because it looks like each time we begin to say these things, it looks like you'll find people who will be bought over by Nigeria state will come out to say that IPOB is pushing propaganda. But today, I am very, very happy that we are not the ones saying it. It is Amnesty International talking about how Nigeria is trying to clamp down on the media from doing what they're supposed to do, from the media, calling them to account, because that is the job of every media house in the world. The media house contributes immensely to a growth of a nation, but all the media houses in Nigeria, most of them, brother, they are doing what the government want them to do. They can never ever be objective, because the federal government will now, they are scared sometimes. It does not mean that there are not people who are there who want to actually, be professional and objective in their reportage, or some people who have the qualification for journalism and they want to be professional according to the quality of journalism that help the country to thrive. There are journalists that are willing to do their job. But now, the problem there is that the nations and the government of this nation, they make sure that they clamp down on these journalists. They place them in danger. They place their, broadcasting or whatever, their company in danger of, taking away their license. They threaten them through NBC Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. That's what they do. Anytime you begin to question on the activities of the federal government, they will begin to clamp down on your station using Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation, which is NBC, to make sure that they stop you. So that is exactly what Nigeria did this time. Unfortunately for them, Amnesty International was decided to intervene. And this is exactly what we've been saying. Have you now seen that everything that we've been saying is nothing but the truth? Everything that we've been saying about Nigeria over the years has been nothing but the truth. That's exactly what they do. The same reason why you will see when we come online to broadcast, you will start seeing Facebook giving us, cutting, people from joining, because the job of the algorithm, whenever you come online, is the algorithm to start sharing the video to your followers. These are your followers, so they will not share it to those who are following you, number one. They will not alert them because they don't send, they don't send notification to them, because once they start sending notification, people will start joining, but the algorithm will withhold such notification because there is someone that is in Nigeria who is bribed to be tampering with all the accounts that is speaking truth to the power. That is exactly what they do. And that is exactly the reason why we will not relent. Even if they decide that they will not bring anybody, we will relay the message, but we'll make it short. That's all. So it is important for you to know that Nigeria does not want to be held accountable. Just like you see the saga going on between the Nigeria president and the Chicago State University, the forgery of certificate and all that. That is the reason, part of the reason why Nigeria will never move forward, because they will never allow journalists, they will never allow media houses to do their jobs independently. The same way they have never allowed the judiciary to do their job independently. So how can such nation move forward? How can such nation move forward? Because journalists are supposed to be, independent, and they are supposed to be given a free, as long as they are working within the law of Broadcasting Commission. The executive does not have right to interfere with what is happening in media houses. They don't have right to interfere. The only people who has right to interfere, it is when these journalists or when these media houses begin to breach the code of conduct that is enforced by the, with Nigeria, that is enforced by Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. So that is the only body that can enforce the breach of code of conduct that is enforced by them, a National Broadcasting Corporation or Commission. So they are the only people who can enforce. They are the only, organization who can, sanction a media house. Maybe because the media house show up as explicit sex or gratuitous violence or false informations or all that. That is the only way the NBC will come against them. Not when there is a guest that came and speaking the truth, exactly what is going on in the media space. Media space is where people will have freedom to air their view, to air their opinion. That is media house. It is the opinion of the people, is not the opinion of the media house. So media house most of the time is not supposed to be held responsible for what your guest said, except if you entertains what the guest says, and what that guest says should be what is not in line with the code of conduct you sign with Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation or Commission. So Nigeria decided that they will intervene, they will engage. They want to go in there and command them as usual. Channels Television, Arise Television, because they are using, they use other television the way they want. Any government that comes in, they will have their own channel, their own television, their own media, which they will use to promote their illegal activities, to promote their, all their, breach of constitutional right of people. They will have media houses that will back them up. That is what these media houses they do, and that a Nigeria government executive they do. They never allowed any organization to be independent or independently discharge their duty as an organization. What they will always do is to find a way to make these organizations, to make them to be dancing to the tone of the government. That's it. So let me continue to read what the Amnesty International said about Nigeria. Listen attentively. Okay, Amnesty International condemns the final warning issued to Arise TV by the federal government through National Broadcasting Commission. Okay, National Broadcasting Commission, targeting Arise TV simply for doing their work, send the wrong message that Nigeria authorities are not prepared to be held accountable. Nigeria authority must stop the unrelenting quest to silence media organizations like Arise TV, which are crucial to ensuring independent and diverse media space in the country and fueling people's right to information. Using regulations as a way to silence independent journalism is completely unacceptable. The media in Nigeria should be free to exercise their right to freedom to expression, to freedom of expression as protected by international law. Wow. Oh, so there is a freedom of expression that is protected by international law. Yet Nigeria has been killing IPOB all this while for, discharging their freedom of, exercising their freedom of expression. They've been killing IPOB for exercising their freedom of expression, and no question asked, no one is held to account. That is very bad. That is very bad. Wow. That is very, very bad. So that is it. That is it. The Nigeria government has been indeed called to order. One moment. The Nigeria government, their activity is now gone, their activities these days is now noticed by the Amnesty International. Now the question is, how come Amnesty International started realizing that Nigeria is clamping down on the media in Tinubu regime? How come everything is working against this regime now? How come every, secret stuff is now coming out against this regime? What is going on? Because this is what we've been shouting and we've been talking about all these years. This has been our slogan how Nigeria is making sure that people's right and people's, that people's right of self-determination, people's right of freedom of expression, people's right on freedom of speech is being attacked in Nigeria. So if these things were not seen all these years, and all of a sudden this time around it is being seen, it is being noticed by the international organization, that means we are going somewhere. We are going somewhere. But what could be the trigger? Because IPOB, we have proven to the world beyond every reasonable doubt that we are not the aggressor. We are not the problem. Rather, the Nigeria government is the problem. Nigeria government is is always making sure that people's rights are not protected. If you decided that you have discovered what is rightfully yours or what is within your right, then you become a bad person in Nigeria. International organization is now realizing it. Coupled that the president that they have given to us has a lot of criminal charges. So if he begin to clamp down on the media, it is something that the world will see very quickly. Because that is the only way he will not allow his filth to be washed in the public. Because the media house are the only place, is the only, organization that people depend on to get information. Of course, there are information everywhere, but there are many people who depend on or many people in the rural areas who does not have access to data. They only have access to frequency and they only have access to satellite. Those are the people who are dependent on these media houses in order to hear what is going on in the country. So if you begin to clamp down on these media houses, if you begin to make these media houses to be biased, if you begin to give a narrative that these media houses need to sell for you, it means that the whole nation is no longer safe. The nation is no longer safe, and we all know that this has been the order of the day in Nigeria. There has never been a time where the media houses are free to report what exactly is going on in the country. It has never happened because any of the leaders that has been in the position of power in Nigeria, they will make sure that they clamp down on every report, on anything that will expose them, expose their criminality, that will expose their atrocities against the country where they are governing. So that is the reason why they move so fast to see if they will, from the last warning to Arise TV. Because if you look at Arise TV today, they have somebody like, what is his name? What's the name of this journalist in Arise TV? A presenter or, in Arise TV. That is actually, that started doing a great job without fear or favor, representing his profession. What is the name of that young man? I will remember his name. So that is exactly the person, when you look at people started following Arise TV, started following Rufai. Thank you very much, China Sapolin. Rufai. So that young man has been doing a tremendous job for the people that are, will I call them, for the indigenous people in Nigeria. He has been representing them. He has been objective. He has been, questioning the power. speaking truth to the power through journalism, through a quality journalism. Not challenging the power, but through a quality journalism. He has been objective. So that is the reason why Arise News will be targeted. Because they were not in line of those who are controlled by the federal government of Nigeria. Because if you want to be controlled by the federal government of Nigeria, you will fly like a bird, You will fly like a bird, but they will always give you what to say. They will now give you opinion to everything that is happening concerning the government of the day. So how will the government be held accountable if they are now the ones controlling the media narratives? How will they be held accountable? There is no way they will be held accountable. So that is the reason why they know that if we don't stop every media, if we don't set example with the media house, the other ones will not learn. So let's start with Arise News. We have given them the last warning. So that the last warning now places them to be very careful. They will not even bring out anybody who will challenge the affairs or state affairs. That we will no longer bring anybody who will, challenge the fraudulent activities of the executive, or they will not bring anybody who will challenge the fraudulent activities of some organization in the country. So that is the reason why they have placed them on the last warning. But all of a sudden, Amnesty International now intervene. I believe that the intervention of the Amnesty International shows the world that what IPOB we've been preaching is the truth. Because when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tell you that your second worst enemy is those, journalists in Nigeria, it means he never lied. And we know that. It's just that we continue to say it until the voice is heard. And I believe that this is an evidence that they are not willing to be held to account. That's why they stop every movement of people showing their grievances. They stop people from protesting. They stop freedom of speech, freedom of expression. They clamp down on all those things so that people will not know that they have a right in Nigeria. That is what these people are good at. They are very, very good at these things. But I believe that we will begin to see more of this Amnesty International. I hope we will begin to see more of it. Because there is a lot of things going on. A whole lot of things going on. So, but as it stands, we just hope that it continues. Somebody said Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ask referendum in Nigeria. Ask for referendum in Nigeria, but British say no. So a referendum that was asked from Nigeria, British or Britain in Europe said no to what concerns Nigeria. Hi. Wow. That means, of course, we know very well that Britain is the ruler of Nigeria. Britain is the ruler of Nigeria. So that's why they will say no. A referendum that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is asking from Nigeria, Britain is in Europe saying no. They are in Europe saying no. Okay. Thank you very much for that comment there, Emeka. I'm okay. So, now, if we are going to now be scared, if everyone becomes scared because of what federal government is going to do to us, because we are reporting something that is not favorable to them. We are exposing the plans that they have to loot the country to zero, the plans that they have to continue to promote corruption, the plan that they have to continue to promote nepotism, the plans that they have to continue to promote marginalization against a particular ethnic group. They expect even the media house to keep quiet. The plans that they have to continue to rig election in Nigeria, and they expect media houses to keep quiet. It means you don't have a nation. You do not have a nation if media is not free. If media is not independent, you do not have a nation. Because I have never seen anything done by this channel television. In fact, they have not even gotten to the standard of exposition of what is going on in the country, just like every other media in the world. They haven't even gotten to the half of their standard in exposing the activities of the people in power raw. They haven't done such. So what did they do to deserve final warning? And after the final warning, what comes next? Of course, after the final warning, probably Nigeria will confiscate their license. That is the highest thing Nigeria will do. After the final warning, they confiscate their license. What else? So it is now something for you to know that this Nigeria, we are not going to get anything out of it. You see, Nigeria that we are. I am removing this from other Facebook because I'm going to bring it only to Judge Money blog. So, we will never ever get it right because nothing is going to make us to get it right in Nigeria. So, what do we now need to do? We need to rethink and we need to now come up with a new solution. And the only solution on the table right now, it is a referendum. The only solution that can be obtainable, easy for everyone, it is a referendum. It is a democratic process. It is not, that's what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB has been asking for. We have not asked for war. It is a referendum where it is a process of democracy. People decide where they want to be. One man, one vote. That has been the plan, and that is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ever wanted. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is seen as an evil person. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is seen as an aggressor because he demanded for referendum. He demanded for referendum. So if demanding of referendum is a problem, if demanding of referendum is a crime, then what are we going to do? So should we go to war? Or should we start constituting nuisance? Because since the referendum, which is a democratic process, and not only that it is a democratic process, referendum is going to now give the statistics of people's mind, of what people want. And referendum is going to save lives. Because of all these Nigeria activities, it can only resolve to war if they cannot do what is right. It can only resolve to conflict. Because if peaceful process is not, obtainable, then violent process might be the only solution. So, but because we are peaceful people, because we want everything to be done peacefully, we are asking for referendum. We are asking for people to decide, to be given opportunity to decide exactly what they want and where they want to be. Do they still want to continue in the British creation called Nigeria, creation and controlled territory called Nigeria? Or do they want to save the future of their posterity through secession, leaving behind that which is controlled by imperialists and by the power of neocolonialism? So what exactly do you want as the people? That is what referendum, represents. Giving you opportunity to make a choice. Giving you opportunity to choose on what you want. Giving you opportunity to say, do you want freedom from this imperial organization called Nigeria? Do you want freedom from this this nation that has been marginalizing people because of their ethnic group? Do you want freedom from this nation that does not allow media to be independent? Do you want freedom from the government that does not want to be held to account? Do you want freedom from a nation that does not have control over what is coming out of their land? Do you want freedom over a nation that chooses who will be the businessman that will be supported by the government? Who will be the man that will be uplifted while single man uplifted while others will be suppressed by the government? Don't you want freedom where everything you will be running on an equal ground, both in business, in any business competitions? There will be a level ground for everybody to participate, or every participant. Do you want freedom so that by the time you will grow old, you will have a good hospital that will be catering for you for your arthritis? Because right now, there is no good hospital that will cater for your abuibele, your arthritis. You have to be flown abroad if your children are well doing, or if you have made a generational wealth. You have to be only flown abroad to get those medical checkup, or to get your knees and waist checked by doctors. Because these things are not available in Nigeria. But if we can actually get our freedom, we will know that our future and the future of our posterity is in our hands. Not in the hands of one Fulani man or one person that is chosen by Britain to be there. When they cannot do what they're supposed to do for the sake of the people who chose them in the position of power, they will be sabotaged. So it is better for you to decide what you want, having seen all these things that I have outlined for you. Freedom will come with a price. Once you obtain your freedom, things will not be good immediately. But that is it. You have to work hard to make things right. Because most of you who believe, no, once we get freedom today, everything starts working. No. We will work. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said we are going to work for complete 70 years. We will work. You know, this way where people are already planning on 2030, they have already started planning on what they will achieve in 2030. Other people are planning on what they will achieve in 2060. That's it. We will start now putting plans in place on how we are going to achieve our plans, our growth as a nation, how we are going to now bring up a very, very, millennial infrastructure, both in the healthcare system or healthcare sector, education sector, and the road infrastructure. How we are going to make these challenges that we've been facing in the previous nation not to be a dark cloud, or whichever cloud, I don't believe in dark, not to be a cloud, a bad cloud against us in our new nation. So these are the things that we are going to now continue to put in, remind ourselves, work on them. Because it is not a bed of roses to have a new nation. It is not. That is the reason why we must be refined before we get into a new nation. And this process that we are going, it is now doing that for us. It is not a process of magic. It is not a process of bringing out 6 people, give them RPG and chain gun, and it tell you that no, Biafra is coming. It is not that process. Due process. When we go through due process, we are going to now, we are learning. There is no, due process that you go in life that you will not achieve a better deal. That is the process we are going right now. When it comes that the due process that we are going is not going to work, but violent is going to be the last phase. If everything is not working, that is the reason why we are peaceful people. We are peaceful people. Does not mean that Nigeria owns the monopoly of violence. Nobody owns the monopoly of violence. You can be violent, just like you saw, the underdog Hamas woke up in the middle of the night and they started bombing Israel. On a level ground, they can't stand a chance with Israel. You and I knows that. On a normal ground, on a normal day, on a normal circumstance, on say let's fight each other, they don't have what it takes to actually wage a war against Israel. But in this situation, they woke up and they pushed the first attack. They killed many Israelis. They killed many civilians. I believe by now, as I am actually talking about it, more than 1,200 people have died from this war. More than 1,200 people. The war has not lasted for 3 days or 4 days. More than 1,200 people is already dead. Many hostages. 700 people died from Israel. 700 people, Israelis, died, and 400 people from Hamas or Gaza died. The war is still going on. Hamas is not backing down. Even Hezbollah might be joining them. That becomes a full-scale war in the Middle East. But now, when having seen these things that is going on in this area, in this part of the world, like I always say, that it has never been peace in Jerusalem. It has never been peace in Jerusalem because many people are fighting for that land, Jerusalem. But in this war that is going on right now, I don't want to engage the war with emotions. I don't want to engage the war with emotions because people are dying. The life of all these people matters. the life of those Israelis, civilians that was killed by Hezbollah, their lives matters. They don't deserve that. They deserve better. And the lives of those Hamas, all these civilians Hamas, from Hamas, who are dying from Gaza rather, who is dying, which is in Palestinian, who is dying, their lives matters. Will there be a world, is it possible that there will ever be a world where there will be peace? No one will want to rule or have monopoly over another. Will there ever be a world like that? Because at the end of all these things, these people who are on top, who are warmongers, they will bring pain inflicted on the people who does not even have, decision, who does not contribute in the decision making, but they are the ones who is going to suffer the pain. When two elephants are fighting, the grass thereof suffers. Why can't there be a world where people are going to actually be free? Why can't there be a world where nobody wants to hold monopoly over another? Just like, there is a world in Africa where Europeans want to hold monopoly on Africa. Why? And these are the reasons why there is war that is going all over the world. Does it mean there are people who are enjoying the war, where people are killing each other? 700 Israelis died within the course of 24 hours. 700. That is very bad. That is very bad. And the 400 from the side of Gaza. Most of them are civilians. And we saw those that was also taken hostage from Israel by the Hamas. And they were shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Does it mean that their religion is all about violence? Because how can you be doing something it is something that is hurting humanity? You are shouting Allahu Akbar. How come? Because those people you are actually inflicting pain on, they might not be the ones who actually, did anything that is, that is making you angry. It might not be them. They might not be the ones. But you are inflicting pains on these people. Look at what is going on. If you check what is going on in this video, that you see what they look at, it is not even that nobody is trying to back down. No one is trying to back down. People are frustrated from both sides. Of course, some part of Israel, because they have what it takes to hold on the war. People are going about their normal businesses. Will there be any world? Will there ever be a world that is free of violence? Are we ever going to experience a world that is free of violence? Is it possible? I don't think it is true. The answer is not yes. I don't think we are going to have a world that is free of violence, warmongerings. I don't think so. Because if this war carries on the way it is, the pace this war is going, I believe this is going to lead to the Armageddon. It is going to lead to the Armageddon. Because even United States, they have sent a ship, which is an aircraft carrier, warship. They have, deployed a warship, aircraft carrier, And they have said that they should allow Israel to do their thing, because they know that Israel is capable of doing their thing. So what exactly is going on? Somebody said that Daniel Lazarus said, sure, after this war, there will be a free world without violence. So, but who is going to bring the free world without violence? Because this world that we are living, that is actually being ruled by Europeans, it is a war. It is a world that is full of pains, because people want to control another people. So, who is going to bring the world without violence? Please, Lazarus, answer me. Who is going to bring the world without violence? Because I understand what you are talking about. But the way the things are going right now, do you believe now you hear from this man? Listen to what
There
this
will be
man
no
said.
electricity, no food, no water, no fuel. Everything will be closed. We are fighting against human animals, and we are acting accordingly.
He said that they are fighting against human animal, that everything will be shut down. They will have no electricity in Gaza. They will have no life. That everything will be shut down. They will not have any access to anything. So that's exactly what you see, the Israelis or Israelites are now promising against the Gaza people. Daniel Lazarus, then why you don't blame Israel? Who is this one? Stony Larry. He asked me why you don't blame Israel. Stony Larry, I have a WhatsApp number on the screen. In case if you want to call, anybody who want to call on the WhatsApp number on the screen, maybe you have to convince me on why I must blame Israel. Because I am not blaming any of them right now. Many people have what is in their mind. I'm not blaming anybody because I don't know what exactly is causing this war. I don't know what is causing this war. So, if you can convince me to blame Israel, maybe you can call in or you give me a reason why I should blame Israel for this. I don't know who to blame. All I know is that there are people who actually casted the first stone, which is Hamas. And I also know that there is no smoke without fire. So I cannot blame Israel because Hamas casted the first stone and they killed people. So if you have anything, and I cannot blame Hamas because I don't know what triggered them, to cast the first stone. So if you have anything from your side, please let me know. Okay, he said, then Lazarus said, so this is exactly the Armageddon war. Russia will soon be on Palestinian side, but all will end on Israel's favor. Please, Daniel Lazarus, can I ask you a question? Please, are you an Israeli? Are you Israeli? Please answer me. Are you Israeli? Because I want to know exactly what is actually bringing about your your narrative, that you say that it is Armageddon war. Russia will soon be on Palestinian side, but all will end on Israel's favor. So why do you think all will end on Israel's favor if Russia join Palestinian? And why do you think that Russia is with Palestinians? Please, will you be able to clear up that, maybe I want to learn from you. I want to get the information because you are now, first of all, somebody is telling me, or was it you, who is telling me that why I don't blame Israel? No, it's not you, it's Tony Larry. Why I don't blame Israel? maybe you will be able to tell me more, because I can see that there is something you know. Maybe you will be able to share with me or share with the audience that are watching. I know that we are being suppressed by Facebook, but that's by the way. We are also being suppressed by YouTube. That's by the way. But if you have something to share with me, I will be glad that you share it. And you also say that if not for the fulfillment of prophecy, I would have been an atheist. Atheist. Okay? Which prophecy? Which prophecy are you talking about? There are many prophecies. There are many prophecies. Which one are you talking about? And you say, blame United Nations, USA, and the UK. They started this war long time ago, sir. Okay? Okay? Interesting. Interesting. So how did they start the war between Israel and Palestinian? Please. I just want to learn from you. How did they start the war between Israel and Palestinian? I am a bloody African. I don't know if I am connected to Hebrew in any way. I am just saying the truth about the happening. Okay, you are an African. All right. So you are saying it in an African perspective. When what you are saying, I wouldn't add anything. I wouldn't remove anything from what you are saying, because what you are saying is actually, in an African perspective. I don't think I will align with any of these people, because number one is that the attack, in the world perspective, they always call the person who attacked first the aggressor. They always call the person who attacked first the aggressor. So that's why I am seeking for more information. I have few informations, but I am seeking for a deeper information that will make me, or that will enable me to be able to know whom I am going to, maybe side with. Because in this world we are now, anywhere there is a war that is related to European war or with anything, it is now about who do you support. It is now about who do you support. Why must we continue supporting people fighting war? We now have to support one person fighting war without even knowing the full story about the war. That is my own opinion. Why must we support a particular side when there is people dying from both sides? People are dying. In my own opinion, let this war end. That is my own opinion. Let it end. Let them find a peaceful resolution. If there is any oppression coming from Israel against Palestinians, let them find a way to resolve it, to avoid these things in the future. That is my own opinion. Why would people be dying for things that they don't know nothing about? Because the government are the people who are fighting war. The big people are fighting war. The ordinary people on the ground are feeling the heat, being displaced. That is it. So, you say the prophecy in the book of Ezekiel, sir. I know what you're talking about. A prophecy in the book of Ezekiel. Is it the war of Magog and Gog? The prophecy of the book of Ezekiel talks about the war of Gog and is it Magog, right? And the prophecy of book of Isaiah is Armageddon. So, and I'm waiting for your call. Actually, I will be waiting for your call. My phone is on. I'm waiting for your call. I just need that education, because I don't want to actually engage or support anybody, blindly. I just don't like innocent people dying. Had it been that it is the people who are fighting the war, that there is no civilians that are getting hurt, I would maybe I might even support somebody, but I don't see the reason why people need to be, killing each other. I don't see any reason why it will be happening. And when war like this is going on, there is too much propaganda going on. There is too many propaganda. That is the reason why, having experience, the way they run their show, I don't think I will be able to support anybody. So I'm waiting for your call. You say you want to call. Please call. Let me actually find out what you know, because it looks like you know a lot. Now, like I was saying, another reason why I don't want to actually align with anybody, because number one, I know that Israel, they are equal to the task. They are equal to the task. Believe me, they are equal to the task. All right, I'm waiting for you. They are equal to the task. Not only that they are equal to the task, to protect themselves, I know. They are equal to the task to protect themselves. But there is something I was also reading about what is happening within that region, between Israel and Palestinian. It looks like there is oppression, Israel oppressing the Palestinian. But that's why I say I don't want to, align until I get the full stories. Until I get the full story, then maybe it might push me, maybe, to support. But if I was, if I want to say to myself now, with regards to, in terms of what is happening and what I have seen, people must, parading innocent person, shouting Allahu Akbar. That is very bad. It is a very, very bad situation. I don't condone that rubbish. That is stupid. Very, very stupid. You cannot be shouting Allahu Akbar on the people's life. You can't. And now Israel, they have promised to make everywhere. There will be dark. There will be no people. There will be no electricity. There will be nothing. So the people, ordinary people, are still going to feel the heat. And now it is now almost the same way the other people are parading innocent people, shouting Allahu Akbar. Which means in this war crime is inevitable. War crime is inevitable. So who is going to now measure where the war crime will come from? Now this is exactly now where the Roman status is now going to, people are going to now try to find out how the Roman status is going to follow this issue, or to find out where the war crime is coming out from. Because we have seen already war crimes. It means that from the beginning of this war, there are war crimes. So how will Roman status react to it? Or how will ICC, or will I say ICC or United Nations, how will they solve this conundrum? How will they solve the conundrum? It becomes the question, it becomes, the big elephant in the room. That is it. I know so many people will be surprised. Will be surprised on how I am treating this issue. Well, a lot of you will be very surprised on how I am treating this issue, but you shouldn't be surprised. You should never be surprised on how I am treating the issue. I am not supporting anybody until I see the reason why I have to support somebody. I don't want to support injustice. That is me. I don't want to support injustice. I don't want to support injustice if I know there is never a smoke without fire. So maybe the brother that is going to call might actually convince me otherwise. I just want the information. Then maybe I will be convinced otherwise. I am still waiting for the call, and there is something I am seeing here as well, which is the write-up from Barrister Joffo. What Barrister Joffo wrote about Aloy Ejimako. Let me try to see it again because that write-up is quite interesting. While we are waiting for the person, all right, it says now that the Supreme Court matter is over, I shall soon brief Ezigbo Muchineke in the evil role Aloy Ejimako played. On the evil role Aloy Ejimako played so far in undermining the case and in exposing me to harm. It will be a live broadcast. We'll announce the date soon. This thing, I am not surprised. I know that the patient is all about the case to finish, because I know that Aloy did a lot. That man did a lot. That man is a very, very dangerous man. But while the court is still on, I know there are many things that cannot be brought out to the open because it will be a big distraction. It will be a big distraction. So that is exactly what I've seen here. And some idiot will be telling you, typical of Igbo people, never united, because they are protecting their evil. His name is I don't need to mention the name of the idiot. He said, typical of Igbo people, they are never united. We don't need to be uniting with the enemy. We are not like you people who condone evil. We don't condone evil. If Igbo people condones evil, we'll be playing united. Everywhere you see Igbo people will be playing united. Maybe they will take that the title of the football club in Britain or in England. They will give it to us because we know how to you know how to be united. But we don't condone evil from our people. And do you think that since we don't condone evil from you Nigerians, you think we are very, very, we have zero tolerance when it comes to evil. We don't condone it. So that's why they will continue to tell you Igbo people, you are not united. You people that are Fulani, who is united? Or you people that are Yorubas, who is united? Nigeria. How is your status in Nigeria? You people that are united in Nigeria, how is your status in Nigeria? Because every time, or whoever that is writing junk, every time they tell you people, you are not united. You that is united, how are you in Nigeria? Do you have a good road because you are united? No. Do you have a good hospital? No. Because you are united, you support evil to be your leader because he come from your side. You are united. What has he brought upon for you? Nothing. It has brought nothing. And it will continue to bring nothing to you. So when you see a spade, you call a spade a spade. Stop this your stupidity of you Igbo people, you are not united. No, we don't unite with evil. We separate chaff from the wheat, then the wheat will unite. The chaff will go and unite themselves. Because we make sure that the dead bury the dead. That is the worship that is delivered by USA already. They want the Israel to continue the fight. Because they know that Israel is equal to the task. That's why they are willing to deploy whatever they are going to deploy. Remember that there is no Israel without USA. And there is no Israel without, Britain. That is one thing you should understand. There is no Israel without USA. There is no Israel without Britain. Or all these trio. They are one family. They are one family. So, that's something that you people must understand. They are one family. So they will always support each other. So if you believe that you know something about what's going on, then you might write it in the comment section, or you call on in. There is a number in the screen. You call in while we are still waiting for the brother that is trying to call. I know sometimes to add a WhatsApp is a challenge. To add a WhatsApp to the number you don't have is a big challenge. So because I believe that there is something he will tell us. There is something he will tell us. Daniel Lazarus, are you still there? Otherwise, you send me your phone number, then I will add it and give you a call, because I can see you are struggling. Maybe you will not see the WhatsApp from your side. Maybe you can send me your phone number. I will add you and call you. So, Barrister Aloy Jemako. Hi. That man just destroying his career. He just destroy himself. Oko Ochicho. Oh, if Oko Ochicho name. Oko Ochicho is very bad. Oko Ochicho. Kaibute gombute. We know that the country where you come from is not a good country. You believe in opportunity, that it comes but once. But now we know, even if opportunity comes but once, that is the reason why you will make sure that you have you should be able to have, limit. Those opportunity that comes but once to you, you should have limit with it. Have limit. Make sure it is everything Aburano. Everybody Aburano. That's one thing you should understand. Because I know that Ejimako fought Ejo for tooth and nail. Everything that's this Berima in Finland was actually, using to attack the struggle, using to attack Ejiofor, was Ejimako who was actually, he was the one who was writing all this script, because he was Okamusu, on attack on Afugono. Just like I exposed him, if you know that exposition I did, how he helped solve the case in Finland. You believe I am joking? The case of where Finland told you that they had issue with the money fundraising, that fund, receiving of funds, it was Ejimako who nullified that case. It was him behind the back of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You know, a lot of you really believe because that when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out, that a lot of you really believe that when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out, he will pardon these people. He will tell them, okay, oh, you people have done well. Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like before I start what I am doing, I consulted with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu before I start what I am doing. Before I started fighting this, autopilot. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said no, he doesn't know these people. He doesn't know what they are doing. They are on their own. That whom he knows is the DOS. But Poto ga-agba n'iru efi soon. If Poto ọ ga-agba n'iru efi soon. Many people believe that now, remember that the nuisance of these people, the way they are doing their things is to convince you, because consistency will make you to think otherwise. That's why they are very, very consistent in what they are doing. What they are doing, I can categorically tell you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is more mad than all of you. With what this criminal organization is doing, he is more mad than all of you. Because before I actually, remember that before I started doing this Biafra media Biafra in my media channel, I saw when I saw the Omo boy, saw Ekperima, saw Nelly, saw all of them. Every time they are shouting, they are talking. I don't see the DOS in the media. I don't even see them talking all the time. So I was thinking maybe no, because these are the people who are the spokesperson, who are the people who are now, so Mazen Nnamdi Kanu placed there to be representing him. That was my thought. I was listening to them. I was pushing sit at home with them. Then when I began to hear from the leadership, then I asked myself, the leadership are not even aware of these things this person is doing. I became so confused. I had to consult with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to get the full story. That was how I was able to know where to stand today. And that is the reason why when I stand where I am standing today, I am not standing it with any doubt. No doubt. Whatsoever. No doubt. Whatsoever. Of course, Ejimako went and told Ejimako went and formulated stories. Formulating stories. But Poto ga-agba n'iru efi soon. I am very, very happy that Barrister Joffo is going to come, because there are many things this guy has, did. This guy did a lot. I'm very happy that Barrister Joffo is going to come. So when you see these people training, jumping, these people training and jumping, they are actually the Hezbollah. They are Hezbollah. They are also getting ready. They might start fighting this war from another front against Israel. Because this is a big war. This is not a child's play. Because no matter how much, retaliation that the Israelis, the offensive of the Israelis is not even making the Hamas to back down. It is not making them to back. It is not even pushing them to back down. They are not backing down. Rather, they are pushing the attack. Let me see. Let me get your number. See your message, Lazarus. Let me get your number before this phone goes off. get the number. All right. All right, I see. Let me add your number then to call you, because I can see you are struggling. But you didn't write the what is the code number. You didn't give me the code number. Please send it. Send your code number. I see 0009. So I need the code number. What is your code number from your side? Because I don't know which country this number is. If you can hear me, Daniel, please send me the code number. Just like you see, my code number is +23 +234 The code number of the USA is +1. UK is +44 or +4. Please send me the code number so that I will be able to add you. So let me try to add the number. While I am pushing to add it, let me while I am pushing to add it. Wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet, we welcome you to another seismic broadcast, another earth-shattering revelation regarding the happenings and the goings on in the damnable zoological republic, that very contraption created by the colonialists and sustained by neo-colonialists to advance the advantage of our people, and in the process impoverishing us and rendering us hopeless as a people, as individuals, and collectively as a race. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because regardless of where you are domiciled on the face of this very planet, if you have access to the internet, if you have access to a transistor radio in Biafra land, if you have access to a satellite, you should and ought to be listening to this very exciting program this very evening, coming to you live and very direct. The time now in Biafra land, which is our marker, it is our home, it is our abode, is exactly 2 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Daniel. Welcome to the program. I found out you struggled to get through to the number. So welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So you say you know something about Israel and this war that is going on in Israel. Please, I want you to actually educate me and my audience on what you know about the war.
Okay, sir. I don't want to sound spiritual. Or maybe let me put a spiritual side aside, let me explain it based on history. How I know a bit about Israel.
Okay.
We all know that the Roman Empire coming to chase away the Hebrews from the present day Israel or Jerusalem happened.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so when they happened, the Israelites went to, though they were not called Israelites, they were just like Hebrews. That was their name. So they went to Rome when they started beginning, when they started getting successful, or maybe they thrived under the Romans. The Roman people were jealous of them. They sent them away. They have to disperse and they came down to Spain. At the end of the day, the Spain also rose again, and they chased them away. They have to shift to East Europe, which is the Germany, the present day, you see the Ukraine, over down to Russia. So they spread all over right there. And then Hitler rose again, started killing them. They have no place to go. So when the war was over, they decided to come home to their ancestral land. And which the land they come into is rightfully their land, because the Christian people, who knows, they're going to Jerusalem to see when Jesus Christ was born. And even in the Bible, I know for sure that Bible classifies Jesus as a Hebrew, not as a Palestinian. So I wonder when people say that the land in Israel belongs to Palestine, if they were together, no doubt, yes, they might be together. But everybody knows that Jerusalem was established by David, the king of the Hebrews, not by the king of the Jews. They have it all intact. Solomon, the king of the Hebrews, was also the son of David, which makes him and not any other person. So I wonder why the world would gang up and say they're sympathizing with Palestine over something, instead of, okay, sit down, let the Palestinians and the Jews should make peace. The same people who will support the Palestine will still be the ones to support Israel. I see that as nothing but envy of the very state of Israel, which they have the strongest military and the fast-rising economy in the Middle East. At the other side, when you take all of this happening, I will sympathize with Israel on this because they have history connected to that land. But when you check on the other side, the very Israel we see right there have been used by the Westerners as the watchdog to the Middle East entirely. They use that Israel to make sure they take down Saddam Hussein. They use Israel in destroying so many other places in the Middle East. But I will still not blame Israel because Israel, they came in there, the Arab people did not accept them. Instead, they gang up against Israel. 5 states.
Wait. There is something I want to pick up from what you said here. You said Israel, they came in there. The Arab people did not accept them. So they were not from there, or they were not, or basically Israel were not originally from there. Is that what you're saying? Or does it mean that these Palestinians were there before Israel arrival? Please clear it up, please.
Okay. Both the Jews and the Palestinians were there. They came back, they meet the Jews among the Palestinians up to this very day.
You said both the Jews and the Palestinian was there.
Yes, they came back and met them. There were Jews who were scattered among them, so they lived there. Some that lived there. That's why you see, you come to Ethiopia, you find the Ethiopian Jews.
Okay.
So they're all over everywhere.
Okay. From my own line of studies and research. Not perspective.
Yes, sir.
From my own
Yes, sir.
studies and research, all the Jews that I have actually come across, they were dark skinned. So how come these Jews that you are talking about that went to Spain, from Spain to Germany, from Germany now to Israel, which the people in the Middle East did not accept them, now how come, they are Jews, while the Jews that I have come across most of them, they are all black. So I want to, if you know something about what you are saying, from them from Spain to Germany, from Germany now to where they are in the Middle East.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
What I have to say about this is, here is it. If the whole entire Egypt here is in Africa, was black people, right? But
Yes.
today, the Egyptians are holding on and saying Egypt is theirs, and we're not cautioning Egyptian. Why are we then cautioning Israel?
Okay, I get what you are saying. I get what you are saying.
And then let's
You-
put that, now then let's put that aside. Let's say the Palestinian and the Jews were all the same black. But are we looking at the Palestinian as black people presently? Since they were together from time memorial, let's say that. And the Palestinians have not moved an inch from where they are to any other place. But they are not black people, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why then are they blaming Jews for being white? What the Palestinians who claim to be in the right from time memorial, they are white.
All right. Palestinians are not white. You know that. They are not white.
Yes, but when you see them with the Israelis, you can't differentiate them. They look the same colors.
But
We see them. We look at them on the video. We don't see the difference. The only thing when they speak the language, if you understand the language, then before you will be able to identify them that okay, these are the Palestinians and these are the Jewish people.
But tell me something. Between Palestinians and these modern day Israelis, who were the first people to be in that geopolitical location?
It is the Jewish because it's their homeland.
You say it is the
This is where I
Jewish.
have to take it. This is where I have to take it in the spiritual way. The Bible prophesies that they will be scattered around the globe. And which if we check, if you want to judge them based on color, inside them, they have the Ethiopian Jews, which we see them today, they are even in the Israel military. So why have they not been rejected of being black to join the military? So because they all belong there, even when in one of the definitions they said being a Jew, they find them based on law. Is based on the act of them being as Jewish people by practicing Jewish culture. That's what they find them as Jewish people, which I understand and that is the truth on my own. I'm not trying to force
Okay. You know that these people, we are talking about genealogy now. I want us to go through a genealogy because you are talking about a Jew by convert. Because what you are just saying is that these people, they are Jews by convert. That's why you say that because they are keeping the law of the Jews and the traditions of the Jews, that's what you see that makes them the Jews, right?
No, like they defined it, they said this is the definition of the Jew. They said the Jews is not defined by the color, it's by the tradition. So now the tradition happened that you have been obeying the tradition from time memorial, which you don't know how it started from. And then, that is different from you converting to it than, practicing it right from time memorial.
But you say that the Christ that we are talking about is also Jew.
Yes, sir.
So how come the Christ was not the same color like the Jews that we know today?
Okay, I will take it to another side. We have video of these people here, the African American who returned back to Ghana. They were living in Ghana. There was a complaint. They were complaining of the Ghanaian calling them white people because they actually look different. But they were from here, Africa, which even their DNA confirms where they are from, and that's why they came back home. But at the end of the day, they end up finding out that being black, yes, they're black, but they look different from from the very African black people. So does that make them different from us?
If there is a this thing gene like you say DNA, if there is a DNA that confirms that they are black, they are black.
Yes, sir. But then in the color, they don't look exactly black.
No, the color doesn't matter because there is always interracial marriages. We know when there is interracial marriages, we have brown people.
Yes, sir. So what more of censorship.
Okay, hold on. Say again because I'm having interruption. Someone is calling. So say what you said again.
Alright. I said, since they left Israel with the same language they have in the past, let's say Jerusalem, because there was not Israel at the time. They left Jerusalem with the very present day language they're speaking. They went to Europe, scattered over and over again, yet they came back with the same language. Does that not prove that they are people who were chased away from the beginning?
Who chased them away, please?
The Roman Empire.
The
During the Second Temple destruction.
The Roman Empire chased them away.
Yes, sir, they came and destroyed the Second Temple, whereby Jews were scattered all over the world.
And you believe that these are the people that was chased away by Roman Empire?
Because they came back with the same language. They did not come home before they learned the language. No, they came with it, and which is exactly the language of this very place whereby they came from. They came with.
So how do you know the language were still the same language that the Jews spoke during the time of Jesus Christ?
Because archaeologists found day and night every day confirms that.
Okay, but Jesus Christ, why do you believe in Jesus Christ in your own personally? Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
I believe in Jesus Christ in the Bible way, not in the European way or African way they portray it.
Okay.
I believe him based on what I read in the Bible, sir. Yes.
All right. You believe in Jesus Christ, and you believe Jesus Christ is also a Jew, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So why is it that the people whom Jesus Christ is their brother didn't believe in him?
All right. Well, we are here in Africa. It is not the whole entire evil that are supporting Mazin and the Kano, but now we can say it's the Eastern people that are IPOB, right?
Yes.
Because we have the governors betraying us does not make them like different from being neighbors. Or we, being the IPOB supporters, we are not neighbors, right?
Okay.
We can affirm that the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ were all Jews, right?
Yes.
The convert who converted, where they converted them 3,000 in a day, they all convert in the Jewish land, right?
Who converted who?
When the day of the Pentecost came, where the disciples began to speak in tongues, in different tongues, and then people began to listen to them like, how are these people not going to school? And yet they're speaking. Then, that miracle got them to believe in Jesus Christ. And they were all converted to, believing in the day resurrection.
No, but what I am saying, you know that these people, the Israelis today, they don't believe in Jesus Christ, and they never believe he existed.
Yes. Yes, sir. But I am saying this too. Do these people, those who follow Jesus Christ back then, were they Jews? If they were Jews, then I have to take you to one other story.
Those who follow Jesus Christ, they were all Jews, strictly Jews.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So from there, when the early church began, you know the killing that the Roman Empire tried to kill them and change days of worship. You have that story, right?
Yes, I know about it.
Okay, fine. You have to find out. You don't believe Jews can follow a different, religion that is on. When we read, Peter was even saying Peter, or was it Paul? Paul was saying that, it should be Peter. He said, not like the way people misinterpret Paul's preaching. So it was something like he was trying to say a warning whereby there was a division among the disciples of Jesus Christ at the time. So that's where the confusion started from. And then later on, when the Roman Empire took over, there was a trade he had, like if he ever went to war and won so, that God that would lead him to his victory, he will serve the God. At the end of the day, he saw the cross. When he wanted to follow the cross, he found out that these people, the majority ones, are worshiping the sun. There was no way for him to follow and decree that he worship Jesus Christ in his own culture, whereby you don't expect the Jewish people to bow down to that idea.
No, they were not worshiping Jesus Christ. They were worshiping the man. They were worshiping the God of Jesus Christ.
Yes, okay, let's just say that. Yes, they were worshiping the God of Jesus Christ, but then you don't expect them to turn away from the ancient tradition, which is in the law of Moses, whereby he said he made this covenant with them forever and ever. And Jesus also made it clearly. He did not come to change the law of the past, but to fulfill the past. And none from the word of the past will pass by way.
So,
except the word will just, that perfect thing. So how do you expect the Jewish people to have converted to, word? So when I see that they kill them, at the end of the day, how the war of the Christian started hating on the Jews, even me myself, you don't know one thing, I am a northerner. I'm from the family about you state. Because of the deep hatred I've seen in the north against the Igbo, I don't want to associate myself with them. Which I have to go in a deeper research to find out, okay, why do they hate the Igbos? I see no reason. So why must I continue to live with the people who share the same idea?
are you a Hausa person? Are you a Hausa person?
I am a Zapsayawa. I have a tribe. My tribe is Zapsayawa.
Zapsayawa?
Yes, Yakubu Dogara's tribe, the former House of Representatives.
So you are not Hausa, you are not Fulani?
No, I'm not Fulani, I'm not Hausa.
Okay, but do you know the origin of Hausas?
I know the origin of Hausa people. I even have one of the activists who appreciated the first cup plotters because she said they were giving them a tough time at the time before the cup plotters stopped the
Do you believe that the Hausas are connected to Egypt?
Sure, that's what they say. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go back to our topic. What I want you to clear up, with me is these people that are in the Israel today, which are called the Israelis, which you call the Jewish. You said that Jesus Christ was also a Jew. Was he Jewish or was he Jew?
Well, he was a Jew and practiced Judaism, whereby he went to the Sabbath on the Saturday, just like normally they used to worship, and began to preach. So, which I read in the Bible all of the time.
And do you see anywhere in the Bible written that Jesus practiced Judaism?
No, but when he went to the temple to pray on the same day, whereby he found the merchant in the temple doing businesses, he chased them out. He said, "This is his father's temple. It was not meant for business." So
yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that everybody who keeps the Sabbath day is actually, maintaining the law of Christ?
Yes, sir.
So you believe that anybody who keeps the Sabbath day or who worship on the Sabbath day is actually maintaining the law of the Jews?
Exactly, sir. Be it a Christian, be it whether you believe in Jesus Christ or you don't believe, you're keeping the law of God. And Jesus have never mentioned in any way that on the day I rose from the dead you should worship me. But you can't find it in the Bible.
So that means Seventh-day Adventists they are also Jews.
Now, let's say this. Jesus said he died for the world, but whosoever believes in him will never perish. You can be, you can be a non-Jewish and a believer of Jesus Christ is different from being a Jew. Thank you, ma'am. So, you see, you can be a non-Jewish believer, a non-Jewish man, but you can believe in the Jewish way. But that does not make you a Jewish man because you don't have to share the same DNA with them. You don't share the DNA with them. I don't believe in me converting to be a Jewish man before I can see God. No, I believe the doctrine they're following is right. I will do what exactly it said for me to go, but I don't have to turn myself to a Jewish man. No, it's not possible.
Have you ever read have you ever read the book of Romans 9 verse is it Romans 9 verse 13 or Romans 9? Yeah. Have you ever come across Romans 9 where God say Esau have Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated? Have you ever come across that scripture?
Not there, but I've heard people talking about that, sir.
Okay, if you heard people talking about it, what do you draw out of that scripture?
Well, what I draw out from the scripture is, for me, now we can say, it's not everything. You know, if Paul can say, even them themselves will be judged by God. So then I believe it's not everything they say that maintain the truth, because they know they are also human beings. And if the Bible can say no righteous, no, then I believe in some point or the other they can also make mistake. If we all believe that the Bible is right, yes, the Bible is right, inspired by God, but there are some human intention that we put into it. But when you say, when somebody say, okay, he has a vision that Jesus says something, not a preacher preaching, to the which they claim that that the geo this one, that the geo this, they prophesy out of their mouth, which is based on their feeling and not based on what God told them. Maybe they just feel a certain way. They say, I said to you, you can do this one and do this one. That does not mean that it's God that is speaking to them. Maybe they have a feeling on their own perspective that, okay, this is how we want to put it out to the people. So I subject that subject as maybe this is one of it, because everyone else in this world make mistakes except God himself. God is the one who doesn't make mistakes, sir.
Okay, you said that there are people who are discovered from Ethiopia who are also Jews, right?
Yes, sir.
What language do they speak?
On their own language, I haven't gone through their language, but the confirmation of the Jewish people in Ethiopia happened when we read the history of the Queen of Ethiopia, who went to visit Solomon in Jerusalem back in the days. So when her son, which today if we check the Solomonic dynasty in Ethiopia, will confirm that up to this day, which makes Ethiopia maybe like I can say the grace of that very process, and maybe God keep them for a reason, and that's why Ethiopia can never be colonized, because maybe it's there. It would be right there to establish an evidence of the existence of the Jews. That's how I look at Ethiopia as. Even though I know the very Ethiopian people rushed back in some years back and chased away the Jewish people, which they have to flee back to Israel, and they were accepted. And all of this one is it's like a clear evidence of them being the Jewish people existed. And even the prophecy said you gather them all the way from around the globe and back home. So the Jewish people right there in the Ethiopia, yes, they came through the Queen of Sheba. So when they followed down, they practiced Judaism, yes. When they were practicing everything, then the Solomonic dynasty came to existence. But when they were chased out, I don't know what language is the time.
Okay, are you aware that there are 12 tribes of Israel?
Yes, sir.
So the one, these Israelis, which do you know their tribe?
I actually do not know their tribe, but many of them have been, Apache named.
Because I know very well that the Ethiopians, those ones in Ethiopia, they are tribe of Dan, D-A-N.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They have to be. Yes, sir.
Yes, they are tribe of Dan. So
Yes, sir.
I know that I am a tribe of Gad, G-A-D.
There's no doubt about this one. When you look at the hatred, the whole entire Africa is putting on your shoulder. That alone confirms you being a Jewish man. I cannot deny that. You can wake me up from my sleep, you tell me, where are the Igbos from? I will say, okay, they left Egypt before the Israelite, or maybe the Jewish exodus from Egypt.
Correct.
And in some point, yes, in some point in my own brain, I look at the EZV writing, which is ancient, happen to be exactly in common with the Egyptian ways of writing. So I said, yes, they got that writing from Egypt, and it's on their own. That's how they understand it base. When you go over again and find the pyramid, they say the Enugu was built by the Igbos. Yes, that's confirmed that yes, this was what they were doing in Egypt at the time. They could not stand the persecution which they are relentless to. Like, we cannot take slavery. We cannot be slave. We cannot be suffering. We don't want to be like that. They left. And the spirit of that very persecution, that very relentless spirit have never lived the blood of an Iboma or the spirit of an Iboma is still active up to this very day. They don't stand persecution. They will never be quiet. They will never stand down. We fight persecution, and yes, that's what they are. And I agree with that.
You agree with what? With us being the tribe of Gad? Okay. Now the question is now. Let us go to the business of the day. What actually brought you to this place? You said that this war is a war of Armageddon. Where do you extract your information from?
Now, my information is this. When we check the whole war in the Middle East, there have been wars around the world, but now they want to make it a single war.
Okay.
The war that started in Ukraine. We see it is the Western war that created that war in Ukraine. And
Yes.
Israel could not stand their ground. Instead, they went on and support the Ukrainian people. So that one now broke the relationship in between them and the Jewish and the Russian people and the Jewish state.
You say
You see that now they are no longer in good terms.
You say Israel did not stand their ground. They supported the Europeans.
Yes, they supported the European in Ukraine.
Oh, okay. So go ahead.
Yes. So that one now, like you can see, it broke the relationship in between them and the Russian government.
Okay, what relationship does Israel have with the Russian government?
They used to stand up against terrorism, all the same together. Whenever Netanyahu speak, that would be exactly the same thing that Putin would speak. But now, they don't speak the same language anymore. Because if Iran would be supported by Russia, then that tells you that, okay, they have sided with Israel opposition.
Do you think that the Russians and Israel, they have any relationship?
They don't have, but they are not enemies. Because when you check from the Holocaust, those who fought the Germans or the Hitler movement or the Nazis, they were the Russians. And an enemy to your friend is your friend. That's how I picture these relationships are.
Okay, but in a situation whereby Iran is a friend to Russia, Hamas is a friend to Iran.
Yes, sir.
So that means the relationship between Israel and Russia is no longer there.
It's broken. It's broken. Yes, sir. It's broken.
Okay, now
That's why.
since it is broken, and who is going to stand with who? Do you think Russia will support Hamas?
Yes, sir. The European Union already, it has always been their intention. They've been using Israel against their own enemy. Not that they're using Israel for Israel's benefit. But along the line, they look at Israel using those chances to build a stronger military for themselves, to protect themselves from their enemies. Me and you now can understand that if it was the Palestinians that are having the strongest economy in the Middle East, I know by now the European people would have been using Israel to say, please, Palestine, you don't belong there. It's the Jewish people. They sent them away from there. So we want to. They would have been using Israel the same way they're using Palestine today. Because if you can check it so deeply, Americans supported Iran with money that gave them the power to attack Israel today. So you see, they create a scene. They went in and said, okay, we want to help you.
So are you trying to say that America is playing a double game?
Double standard in Israel.
Yeah, double standard.
Yes,
so they are supporting
yes,
the. You believe they are supporting the enemy of Israel and they are supporting Israel.
Yes, sir. Because the intention is not clear. Why can you support an enemy even when Israel make it clear? Supporting Iran means supporting the terrorism and they are our enemies. While you claim to be our allies, why are you supporting them? They listen, they know all of this, but yet they go ahead and did it.
So, but now America is now supporting Israel in this war, and they are willing to give them equip them with any ammunition, any weapon they need, but they are not going to intervene because they want the war to be fought by Israelis.
Hence, that's when you see now Russia will come in. Because Russia will say, okay, fine, since you're siding with these people, you're fighting me in Ukraine, fine, let me also join these people. It will be very the same war now. They're just creating a war for the people to fight. Meanwhile, the main players is the American government, the British, the United Nations, all together combined. They know what they're doing.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think.
So what about?
Right from day one.
Okay, coming back to the genealogy of the owner of the land or where Palestinians are today. So why do you think that Palestinian is always they are always having issues with Israel? In your own perspective, why do you think Palestinians is always having issues with Israel? Because it has been it has been there for a very long time.
Yes, sir. So why they're having issues with the Israelis? Here is one thing: politics. Number two, politics. Number three, politics. Up to 5, they wouldn't take. It's still the same politics. Why? The same people that are supporting the Palestinian are the ones claiming to be friends with Israel. That is the same answer I will give again. And then at the same time, you can ask the Palestinian, when the Israel-Arab war was fought, what side were they on?
You mean when Israel-Arab war was fought, who are you referring to?
Yes.
Which side is it? Palestinian?
I'm referring to, do the Palestinians belong to Israel or they stand with the Arabs?
I don't know. Tell me.
They stood. For me, I can say they stood with the Arabs. So if they stood with the Arabs, they were defeated. They have no land.
Oh, that is, that's how you judge it.
Let me just judge it with this way. This is just like for this war now. Let's just say, okay, if they were defeated and they supported the Arabs, then yes, they were defeated. They have no land.
Okay, so the
They
land,
cannot come in. Yes, sir.
so where they are right now, it belongs to the Israelis.
And because Israelis are merciful, they know about the history of the Gaza right from day one and how they have been together, and that's why they can keep them there. They should make peace in between themselves. But if they want to fight, Israel can take them to this very the same history. I'm telling you now that okay, what side did you stand on with the this thing? Which you see, Brother Napoli always come out to say this. Napoli always to say this. On the when the Arab Israel war started, what side were they on? So if they were on the Jewish side, why then are you fighting us today? You believe that we are right. You are on the Arab side, then we want them. What are you talking about? So that will just be like a closing door. But because the world is full of hypocrisy, they don't want to go to that side. Any side you bring, they will avoid the side like, no, don't talk about this side. They will only bring the perspective of, look at the war found. They are taking their land. Okay, which land are we talking about? The land we came in and fought and took back our land? The Egyptians can attest to that, the Libyans can attest to that, and many other Arab countries who joined together. We see the map of Israel today when Jerusalem was ruling. It is not as it is today. So why is Israel land so tiny like this, and yet they still want to take over? The Jordan we see, Jordan never existed in the land of Jerusalem. They only existed maybe as a community under the Jerusalem empire back in the days. So why is it an issue today that they want to settle down in where they found themselves?
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
in your own analogy, or in your own
Yes, sir.
will I say distinction, you are telling me that Israel was
Yes, sir.
doing Palestinian a favor, not actually,
If
you know, because there are many perspectives that says that Israel was oppressing
yes, sir.
Palestinian. It was
No, no, never.
this perspective of there is apartheid against
State.
Palestinians.
Yeah, that's what they say. But apartheid, when who told the Jewish people that they wanted to give them a state? Muslim they can all say this. They almost gave them a land in Africa. But the Israelis said, no, we are going back to our ancestral home. So why do the world not deny them that that is not their home? Until now they're coming to say, okay, they don't have a home right there. That is because they envy how big they grow.
Do you know about
Not because
migration?
there's anything.
Do you know about migration and invasion and the crusade?
A little bit. I don't know much about the crusade, but I know about how the crusade were like the like the military of the Christian. They help in separating or defending the Christian that in those days. I can say that. That's what I know a little about crusades, sir.
Who was helping to defend the Christians?
Like the crusade, which they were like the military, sir.
No, I don't. I said you said that they were helping to defend the Christian. Who helped to defend the Christians?
That's the crusade, sir. The crusade, like, for me, that's how I picture it. Which you have, I don't know much about it, but I feel like the
But
crusade were actually like, the Christian forces.
let me actually bring your mind to it. Maybe you will remember something. In the maybe from the 13th 14th century, there were many crusades. There has been an up to 8 crusade in this world. And the first crusade against Africa was the Arab crusade, right?
Yes, sir.
Which is the reason why the Middle East was carved and called Arab today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that Arab crusade took place, and that was when this version of Islam that we are knowing about today came by across Africa. Because every crusade comes with a religion. Every crusade comes with a religion, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
otherwise, most of them they don't come with religion, but when they come, they see what you believe in. They now factionalize it, and they now sell it back to you. Now, Arab Crusade came to Africa as early as 14th century, or will I say, if I want to 700 and something AD, which is about more than 4,000 years ago.
Yes, sir.
So, how come if Arab Crusade, Arab people, if they were the ones who conquered that Middle East from the beginning, so how come now Israelis came to that land? Because I believe that Arabs were the people who removed the original people from Egypt. Arabs were the people who removed the original people from the place now we call Israel.
Yes, sir.
So how come now? How did this the Jewish now came back to own that land called Israel today?
Okay, sir. Based on this story you're saying now, I want to see, does this story happen before the destruction of the second temple?
Yeah, the second temple, which is Jerusalem.
Okay, does it, the second temple happened before this one, or the Arab ones happened before Jewish, before the second temple destruction?
Say again. Come with your question again.
I think does the Arab, the Arab conquest happen before the destruction of the second temple, or the destruction of the second temple happened before the Arabs came out?
Arab were the first people who actually, fought for the temple.
All right.
Then these Jewish were the ones who built the last temple.
Okay, sir.
So what are you saying about it?
So what I am saying now is, if the Romans will accept and say that, okay, yes, the destruction of the Holy Temple, of the Second Temple, took place, and it was Jewish, which we can see the Jewish people celebrated this day up to this very day, then it's probably maybe they fought, but they never conquered them, because there's no, you conquer me, and then another man will come in and found me with my artifacts and everything and all of my, my history intact.
But who do you think? Where do you think Arab people came from?
For me, the whole entire world started from black. So I can't say where the white people actually come from. I don't know where exactly it came from.
White people came from Abraham. White people came from Abraham. Just like some of the Jews came from Abraham as well.
No, sir. Well, we can say only the Jewish people came from Abraham. That was Ishmael.
No, remember that Abraham gave birth to, took to bed Hagar from Egypt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. Which is the Ishmael, it becomes Ishmaelite, which is the word of Ishmael. Then the Isaac got married to Rebecca, and when Rebecca got pregnant, Rebecca gave birth to Esau and Jacob.
The twins. Yes, sir.
Yes, that twins was called two different nations.
Yes, sir.
According to Genesis 25.
It
was called two different nations to separate from the bow of Rebecca. And they said that the elder will serve the younger. Now, when Esau was born, it was recorded that Esau was red.
Yes, sir.
Do you get it?
Yes, I got it, sir.
Esau was red and as hairy as garment, which is he have a silky hair and straight hair. The hair was beautiful.
Yes,
now, which the Bible called them the Edomites. Right? He called them the Edomite. The present Edomites today are the Europeans. True or false?
Well, based on your perspective, let me just agree with you, but I have one other thing to say about the Europeans, sir.
So go ahead and tell me.
When we check, it started from the son of Noah.
Yes, that was. It started from the Noah had 3 sons, right?
Yes, sir. So
Ham, Shem, and Cush.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you see, Japheth went to present day Turkey, which they said it was Mount Everest or something. That was where they settled down before they give birth and multiply. And Ham on the other side was the one who gave birth to Canaan. The present day land of the Jewish people, they said today, we were together with the Jewish people. Then God took Abraham out of the land and multiplied him and brought him back to Canaan, to Canaan. But the Canaan we see today, we can say if there's any people that can lay claim of the very land of Israel, it should be the black people. Because they said we came down to Africa, and as a result of the storm, become black or whatsoever stuff, which the Christian
No, that thing is a fallacy. That is a fallacy.
Alright.
There is nothing like you migrated from here to there and you become black. No, that is a fallacy. And the weather cannot make you to become black, and your eye and the color of your eyes also changes. It is a fallacy. I don't believe in that myth. It is a myth.
Alright, so right from there, that's what they say.
Because remember, from the creation of human, man was, according to the creation of human, or the story of the creation, it talks about the sand and the ash of the ground.
Yes, sir.
The sound is the soil is brown, right? The ash is black, somehow black, white, gray, or will I say gray? Yeah. So when you mix them together, what color does it give? It doesn't give you a brighter color.
Yeah, somehow. Anyway.
It doesn't give you a brighter color.
No, sir.
And there is no way, if black people are actually, seen as a dominant, they have a dominant threat, and the lighter people with blue eyes, they have a recessive threat.
Yes, sir.
So that means black people, if they are dominant, it means that they can reproduce recessive, but recessive cannot reproduce dominant. So there is nothing like sun. They came to where the sun was hot and it changed their eyes color and changed their skin color. It can only change their eye color, their skin color.
Yes, sir.
So that thing is a fallacy. So coming back to what we are talking about, from the generation of Abraham, we know the Hamites. The Hamites were the Egyptians. The Ham,
Yes, sir.
they were the Egyptians during the time of creation. So that's why I said the Hausa people will know about the Hamites today.
Sir, the very Hausa people, they don't know about they don't know about their history, because Fulani wiped out their history and they are only trying to reconnect back to their history today, sir.
No, some of them will still know. Some of them might still know.
Yes, sir.
I believe that some of the Hausas might still know their history.
Well, but they are afraid to say it on their own because the Fulani might kill them. So they haven't educated the younger generation about their history, sir.
But Fulanis are also connected to Egypt.
Well, based on what the Hausa activists were saying, that they were these people's slaves. They were Roman slaves who used to rear cattle for them, and then when they began to act crazy, like when they are raping animals, that was why they were sent away from, Rome. Then they dispersed all over across the world. They have no place to live. They have no food. They have no farm, no culture.
Now that brings you to Genesis. That brings you to Genesis 17. The birth of Ishmael. The birth of Ishmael. Ishmael was also a black man. Do you know that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ishmael was a black man. Now I'm going to take you through to. We remember what the initial question was. How do you think the Arab people came to the to existence? Now Ishmael was a black person, which was I know that they have connection with the Fulanis, and their mother is Hagar from Egypt.
Yes, sir.
So Ishmael is a cousin to Hausa people, to Egyptians. They were cousins.
Yes, sir.
So now they were the same people which God called them. The Ishmael was the man who God casted away and called him a wild man,
Yes, sir.
and promised to bless his children.
Yes, sir.
Remember, he promised to bless his children. Now, if you read the same Genesis, you will find out when Esau was born.
Yes, sir.
It was the description of Esau and the naming of the Esau as Edom,
Yes.
the daughter of Esau. The daughter of Esau. Or no, I think the son of Esau got married to the daughter of Ishmael. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir. I read a bit about that, sir.
Yeah, the son of Esau got married to the daughter of Ishmael. Now, where are the children of these two these two races? Where were their children? Do you know about where their children are?
No, sir. I don't know, sir.
Okay, now, remember we are still connecting the dot of who are these Arabs.
Yes, sir.
Remember Esau was called the Edomite, and he is red in color, according to the Bible text. And when you look at the color of human today, the only people that you saw that the Europeans, which are the original Edomites, they wear red. They were called red by God. So now they got married to the Ishmaelite daughter. And that daughter,
Yes, sir.
remember that in Europe today, if you,
Yes, sir.
it is either you are black or you are white.
Yes, sir.
They recognize white or black.
Yes, sir.
So whether you are half caste, whether you are the other thing, it doesn't concern them. All they know is that
Yes,
if
sir.
you can, it's either you are white or you are not white.
Yes, sir.
So now, do you know the story of Vikings?
Yeah, I watched their movie, sir.
Okay, that movie you watch, do you know that it is a
Yes,
true life story of Vikings?
Wow.
You are not aware.
I only work I watch and get entertained. I was motivated by Ragnar's ability to
Okay.
just
Those, remember that those were the people they called barbarics. Those were barbarians.
Yeah. Yes, yes, sir.
So have you asked yourself, where are those Vikings today?
Actually, we don't know where they are, sir.
Because they claim they eradicated them, but those Vikings were their children. Because they were not like them, they were not as white as them. They rejected them. So they were being prejudiced against. They were looking for survival. They were looking for survival, however it is going to be. So remember that in Europe, in ancient Europe, where there is, there are Saxons, there is Britain. Saxons is those from German side. There is Britons, and there is I don't remember this. They were fighting each other, and the Vikings were actually invading them because they want something that belongs to them. There is nothing much in Europe. There was nothing much in Europe. So at the end of that, don't you think that the same Viking decided to go towards Africa first? Because they were invaders.
Yes, sir.
They have the blood of their father, their mother, which is Ishmael, the wild people. You saw in that movie where this movie you watch there is a true life story. I want you to make a research about those movies of the Vikings and all those. Make a research about it. You will understand that it is a true life story. It was the story of.
Okay, sir, I will have to.
Yes, it was the story of Europe. How Europe decided to go to Berlin Conference after they dealt with the Vikings. They were still fighting each other before they
So it
discovered.
was even this close. So it was even this close during the Berlin conference.
Berlin Conference was when Europeans discovered their own part of Africa,
Wow.
so that they will stop killing each other, looking for who will be here, who will be king, because they've been fighting amongst themselves. Even they kill their cousins, they kill their family members, just to be who is going to be the ruler.
But imagine today they're making a mockery of African people that we kill ourselves.
We are angels. Africans are angels. We were peace-loving people. We were invaded.
Oh, that's true, sir.
So at the end of the day, these people who were called the Vikings, they were no longer nowhere to be found because they have found refuge. Remember that if you are born, since you and I, we are black people, right?
Yes, sir.
And if our parents is married to a white family, or one of our parents is a white and one is black,
Yes, sir.
not many people from the white family will accept you.
Yes, that's true, sir.
But everybody in your black family will accept you.
Yes, sir.
Because they don't discriminate. They know it is their blood. But Europeans don't think like that.
They don't.
So that is the reason why if you go to any place where there is white and black, you will see that blacks are on their own somehow. White are on their own.
Yes, sir.
The mixed race are going to be in the middle of everything. They are on their own as well.
Yes, sir.
So that is exactly what happened with these Arabs. Because they were marginalized. That's why they started invading places. From there now they found Africa the easiest place to go and take refuge. That's why they are there today.
Must that be the reason why many African tribes claim to come from the Middle East?
Many African tribes.
Yes, claim to come from the
Because they
Middle
were
East.
oppressed and some of them started migrating. They were oppressed in the Middle East by the Arabs. Some of them started migrating.
I see.
So that is the crusade, the first crusade. The first crusade was done by the Arabs on Africa.
Yes, sir.
So there was even before the crusade of Europeans to Africa was only around 3,000 years ago. Around more than 3,000 years ago. After, okay, the one for the Arabs was around 6,000 years ago. The one for Europeans was around 3,500 years ago. Which is 325 AD. And that's when Constantine was actually the leader of Roman Empire.
Yes, sir.
If I am not mistaken there. So that was when also Christianity came to Africa.
Oh, see?
So the reason why I am asking you this is because there has been many migrations, and I know that there are many 12 tribes of House of Israel. Remember that this Israel, when most of the people, when we tell them, most of black people, when we tell them they are Israelites, they believe that we are talking about them going to live in Israel, or them owning Israel, or them coming from Israel.
No. You can be anywhere. I still be here a Jewish man, sir.
Yeah, because most of the people, some of the Israelites, the children of Jacob or the grandchildren of Jacob, migrated even before the time of Israel land existed.
Yes, sir.
Some of them migrated, and some of them did not go into the promised land.
Because I want to say war in between the two kingdoms.
Yes, some of them didn't go into the land, and that land became a place of war, the land of Israel.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is the reason why I am actually digging deep to find out why is it a war between an ending war. This war between Palestinian and Israel is not ending. And we cannot depend on what the mainstream media is telling us. Because mainstream media, they say any country you see, they have they have their own foreign policy. They have their own
Yes, sir.
what do you call it? They have something that they are pursuing, which is they have their interest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
it depends on what you have as interest. It will determine what you are going to bring out to the public.
Yes, sir.
And remember that Europe controls the mainstream media.
That's true, sir.
So whatever narrative that they want to sell in order to favor their own interest, they are bound to do it.
Yes, sir.
So now that is the reason why I am telling you that unless you convince me otherwise, I don't want to actually say that these people are actually, fighting for what is just. Hamas is fighting for what is just or fighting for what is not just. All I am in here is that I want this war to stop so that people will stop being killed, because the people who are pushing for this war, they are not the one in the forefront, or they are not the ones dying. It is the ordinary, innocent people who does not know anything that are dying in this war. That is my own take.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I believe that in everything I have asked you, you haven't managed to convince me on that what will make me to take sides in this war. Because there are many things.
Let me attend.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me attend to someone that will be back, sir. Let me attend to someone will be back.
All right. No, you can go. You can watch from the from your side, but bear in mind that you couldn't convince me to actually take side, because I'm not taking side. Innocent people are dying.
All right. No problem, sir. Maybe we'll make it another day so that I can convince you properly.
All right. Thank you very much for coming.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And I learned a lot from you. Thank you for coming.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir.
All right. So, that is Lazarus. His name is Lazarus. So, I got a call from somebody. Let me try to call him before we call it a day, because the reason why I am saying that, most of there has been many wars, in this world, and this war, once it comes, they will tell you to align with this person or align with that person. And I know that once Britain is supporting some certain people, I know there is interest there. And Britain is known for oppression. They oppress people. So, and the US is also supporting some kind of things. I know there is interest there. So that is the reason why I don't want to support anybody. I just want people to be safe. I just want people to, I just want the war to end so that people will be safe. Because it is innocent people that is dying from this war. It is not the people who are causing this war. Because they will cause it, they will go and hide themselves somewhere, while the innocent people are the ones being displaced. We have seen a little bit of these things happening. We experienced this thing in 1967. When we experienced this war in 1967, a lot of war crime was committed on our people. And when this war crime was committed on our people, you know what happened? What happened is that Britain supported Nigeria to kill us. And people whom Britain will sell their own narrative to, because of their interest, they will believe that Biafra was the aggressor. So that is the reason why I don't want to, I am not against Israel defending themselves. And I am not in support of Israel committing war crime on innocent people. And I am not in support of Hamas waging war against Israel. It is very, very important. Why must somebody wage war? Why must somebody fight? Until I know why they are fighting, I am not supporting any of them. Believe you me, because people are dying. This is about the life of innocent people. And anything that Britain is pushing, they are supporting, pushing it to go like this. No, I wouldn't come in. Britain is, I know that how they sold the propaganda to destroy, more than 3.5 million lives of women and children in Biafra land in 1967. So if you are going to rise up to support it, because maybe we know that we have a good relationship with Israel. We do. They are also good people. You understand? But if I cannot see the root of the cause of this war, because I know exactly that Israel can destroy that country called Palestinian overnight, in terms of military scale. I know that they are stronger, they are more sophisticated, they are more protected from these people. So I cannot say that I support them for what they are doing. I cannot say that they must defend, they have the right to defend themselves from the aggression of anybody. So, but I know that there is no smoke without fire, because I don't think that small Palestinian will go and start waging war against Israel, who is bigger than them, without any cause. So that is exactly what happened to us. If we now start supporting Israel because they are our friends, but we condemn the attack, the first attack meted on them, they must defend themselves, but they should seek for a peaceful resolution. That is what we are looking for, because the same thing happened to our people. The narrative that was sold that we were the aggressor because the Britain supported Nigeria and Nigeria overpowered us. Nigeria starved us. So I don't know, maybe these people might be going through what we went through. I don't know. Until I am convinced otherwise, the war must end. Let there be a peaceful resolution in that area. That is where I am. And this is where I am going to leave it. Until we meet again. I want Ezabata Aka Olisa. Ezabata Aka Olisa. I saw what you wrote here. But I want you to make sure whenever you are doing something, actually, you got if akpo politics ụwa na-play, ife ọbụla ụwa na-eme, achọrọ m ka ịghọta na onye ọbụla na-etinye ife ọ ga-enweta first. Ife ọbụla na-eme n'ụwa itinye ife ị ga-enweta first, maka onwe ndị ga-abụ oyi gị today, ịfụkwa nna ya nwe gị na ha wụ amanye gị ihe ịchọwa ọba ọzọ, ịchọwa oyi ọzọ. O wee ife unu adịghị aghọta, unu ejizi na emotion eje eme na unu akwụnyelu onye a, unu akwụnyelu adịghị eme ife emotion n'ụwa. Even ndị ahụ ị na-akwụnyelu mana emotion ada alụ ọlụ, iwere emotion enwere ebe iji eje, enwere ebe iji emotion eje. Ife ị ga na-eche iwu, ife ga-abụrụ gị, ife last ife ga-enye gị ife ị na-achọ, ọ ife ị ga na-echeki. Ọ bụrụ ụdị ihe ame ha na-emapụtakwụrụ betu mgbe Britain mere anya tụrụ Nigeria, maka na nke a mgbasa gị, ịbewa akwa, ịbịa expose wee beta o mezie ndị ọzọ, ịgbapụtasị na ị na-eme nke a. No, ọ bụrụ ụta nke esi eme ya. O nwee ike ọ bụrụ ndị na-eche na ha kwụnyere anyị na anyị na ha kwụ. O nwee ike ọ bụrụ ha nwa onye nzọpụta anyị, nwee ike ọ bụrụ ha nwa nyanwa ka ị ga-eji kwuru n'etiti, maka ịmara ma onye nzọpụta unu oso ndị nke ọzọ ka oso ndị nke a. Ikwulu n'etiti, o nwere onye ịnidiri ịbịa sịwa na ị na-akwụdolu ndị a. O ihe dị important ka ị mara, ọ bụrụ ịpụta ịmapụta ide ihe ịchọ ide na comment section ịgbafuo. Ọ bụrụ otu a nke esi eme agụ. Nwa na-eme ife nna-eme, ama m ife nna-eme. Ịghọtago? Before m bulu ilu m donye hie, ama m ịghọtago, ama m ife m kwesịrị ikwu na ihe m ekwesịrị ikwu. Ịghọta? So ọ bụrụ ịpụta isi m na ndị akwụnyela anyị, ndị akwụnyela ọla anyị, akwụnyela anyị eziokwu, anyị like ifa, mana anyị agakwana sọpọtụ ihe ọjọọ. Ịsọpọtụ ihe ọjọọ ikefuolo gị otu a nke ụwa dị. And ife ọbụla ị na-asọpọtụ, ichekigodo ife ị ga-enweta na ya, na ife ị ga-enweta n'ihe si ya before itinye isi. Ọ bụrụ otu ahụ unu si eche n'ụwa dị ka ọ dị. Ife mee ndị mba ofesi ji bụrụ ife fa bụ today bụ na fa da eji emotion eme business. Ife akpọ business, ha da eji emotion eme ya. Ichi ime business iwere emotion dowe n'akụkụ, ịpịa business. iwere ha na emotion dewe n'akụkụ ime business succeed ya. Mana iwere emotion na-eme na ị na-eme business business ahụ ị na-eme o fevọkwa gị mmalị ihe kpata ya, maka na ị ga-ewere emotion na ndị nke anụnwa na ọha nwa na ha wa ndị nnukwu mmadụ, then ịmazi na obere ihe ahụ ha na-achọrọ from you na ọ ga-efevọkwa ha. So ihe ọbụla ị ga-eme onye a ga-ebenefit, onwekwana onye ga-abịa help gị n'ihe ị na-eme without inwe ihe ha ga-ebenefit from you. Onye ọbụla chi inyelụ gị aka n'ihe ọbụla ị na-eme, ọ ga-enwenata ihe ọ ga-enweta from you. Ma o nwere ihe ọ ga-enweta from you otu a ndị ọcha nọ, ma o nwere ifefe ga-enweta from you, onwekwa ihe gị na ha ji, enwekwa ebe iji azụ eje, ka uche gị dịkwa ahụ, enwere ebe iji azụ eje. So ị ga na-eche ka ị ga na-etinyezi na ma gị na onye ọbụla na-emekọ ihe, gị na ndị ọcha na ndị mba ofesi a na-emekọ ihe, ọsị ha wuru ihe gbasara kọntrị, wuru ihe gbasara ihe ị ga na-eche ka efe ị ga-enweta, tinye ife ị ga-enweta n'iru. Ejezi na-etinye emotion maka na ha ga-enye anyị nke anyị nke o biznes ka a na-akụ n'ụwa. Uche gị dị ya ka afọ ịdị na-agba egwu ka ndị na-enwere uche. This is where we are going to leave it, and I don't want to achọrọ m ikwu agawa, maka na asị that na many things, ịma na asị na many things dị involved, and asị na atụọla ọmala atụkwa n'ofe ka ofere isi n'ọfịa. So that is exactly what I am actually trying to tell you. But until we meet again, if you are coming back, you convince me otherwise, then I will know whom I am going to align with. But for now, I don't align with anybody. What I am up for, let the war end. Let innocent people be safe. From the side of Israel, ordinary people are dying, non-combatant. From the side of Hamas, ordinary people are dying, non-combatant. So, let the war end.